What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is the brand new Maserati GranTurismo with a full interior and exterior redesign. Let's go ahead and let's get into the review. So let's talk about the GranTurismo. 2019 was the last year for the GranTurismo. This one right in front of me is the brand new one for the 2024 model year, and it is a full redesign. Like I said, it's an interior, exterior, the motor, transmission, everything in it is brand new for the new generation GranTurismos. And whether that's a good thing or not, we will see. So in terms of the 2019 Maserati GranTurismo, that did feature the 4.7 liter V8 motor, which sounded amazing, and that's one of the best things going for the Maserati GranTurismos. And then older, generations, they really did sound phenomenal. Although they were a little bit sluggish, and again, the build quality on them was a little bit on the cheap side, and the depreciation hit them really hard. So you can get a Maserati GranTurismo for $30,000 to $40,000 right now, depending on the mileage, and even nicer examples for about $60,000 to $70,000. So talking about the new 2024 models, this one has a starting price right now, and it's currently listed about $211,000, and it only features 3 kind of real options in it, and that's really it, which we'll get into in a little bit. So starting off with the front end exterior styling on the new Maserati GranTurismo, we do see that we have the standard massive front end grille that Maserati's had on all their previous generation cars, for the last 15 years, with the prominent Maserati Trident badge right in the center, along with the badge right on top. So that really has not changed too much. We do have a carbon fiber insert right here, front end grills for the radiator, and a gloss black lower lip right on here too. Also on here is the brand new headlight design, unique for the GranTurismo, kind of similar to the Grecale, but not too similar, just a little bit here and there. And right in here are 2 hidden vents that you can't really see from the front. Being that the car is in black, it hides the lines a little bit. And again, those are functioning for airflow as well. All right, guys, so let's talk about what's underneath the hood on the new GranTurismo. First off, the hood on the car is massive. It is almost a clamshell kind of look. You can see the fenders do flow into it as well, which gives it a nice look once it is lifted up with this little look right here. And on the side, we do have the Trofeo badge because this car does have the Trofeo package. So let's talk about the motor. This is the 3.6 liter twin turbocharged Maserati, the new V6 motor. This is also featured in the MC20. However, the motor is a little detuned compared to the MC20. So the Trofeo package offers 546 horsepower underneath the hood, and with that 542 horsepower with the Trofeo package, that also boosts your 0 to 60 time up to 3.5 seconds. So this car is also made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Again, this comes standard in whatever model GranTurismo you do get. I really do like the new look though under the hood. Everything is not covered in plastic as most other car manufacturers do in today's day and age. It's really nice to have a more mechanical feel and look underneath the hood of the new GranTurismo. And you can really just see like how exposed everything is in here. We do have the 2 intakes right here. We have 2 throttle bodies right here. Really, really nice look and cool look underneath the hood. And again, this is the first time now the GranTurismo has been a V6. Without further ado, let's go ahead and let's give this a cold start and let's see what the new V6 really sounds like. Guys, so you just heard the cold start on the new GranTurismo. That is the V6, again, twin turbo, making about 547 horsepower with the Trofeo package. This car also does feature a few different drive modes in it, so I did cycle through all of them during that time, but as you can see, it doesn't really sound any different on a cold start, and we're not going to go ahead and rev it a ton in here, especially since it hasn't been started in a while. All right, guys, so moving on to the side of the car now, you can see, number one, we have the typical Maserati look. We have the 3 vents right on the side. This has been on their cars for the last 10-15 years, so not much has changed on here. Just above that is the Trofeo badge in chrome with a red underline, as you can see ever so slightly in there. And on the wheels, we do have staggered forged wheels. We have 20s on the front, 21s on the rear end. These are Pegaso forged wheels. Sorry if I'm butchering that name, but it is what it is. And we have gloss black finish with red calipers. These are not carbon ceramic brakes. They are just drilled rotors. And standard on the car is the summer tires. We have Pirelli P0s. I know some people don't really like them. Some like the Michelin Pilot Sport 4Ss, but it's still a great tire nonetheless. So other than that, on the side design, we do have a large carbon fiber side skirt right here. You can see it just goes down the whole side of the car. Above that is going to be your Maserati Trident badge, which has been, again, a kind of signature look on the Maserati cars. It's still here, it's still staying. On the left side, we do have the gas cap right here. It's pretty simple, nothing crazy to this one. Just click it, open it right there. Plastic cap cover in there. All right, so moving on to the rear of the car, this is where the other major changes are. We have quad exhaust tips, 2 on each side. We have carbon fiber rear diffusers and splitters around here. The rear splitter itself is a piano black, gloss black finish. And then we have a brand new rear taillight design. So I like the new design. It kind of is reminiscent of the older Gran Turismos, but with a little bit of a more sleek design, just for the modern age. And then on the bottom right, we have the Gran Turismo badge and then Maserati spelled out right there. So that is all pretty similar to all the other generation cars. And now talking about trunk space on this car, because obviously this is meant for daily use and travel. Let's take a look at it. We have the key right here. The key is a new design key again for the Gran Turismo. I like it. They're pretty heavy keys too. We have the lock, the unlock, your panic button, and you have a double click right here to open your trunk. Open that up. It is automatic. And coming into the trunk now, there's not too much space. It's actually pretty slim back here. It's really not a lot of space in terms of height. Back here too, this car does have an accessory package that comes with it too, right here. And then it also has a first aid kit that comes with it as well, which was an added option. And that's really it. There's nothing too special back here. We do have a light back here. It is all finished in carpet. And that's mostly it. You do have an area where you can get through to the rear seats from here. And that wraps up the trunk. You're able to lock the trunk from back here and again, close it with the tap of a button. All right, guys, we are now inside of the new Gran Turismo Trofeo, as you could see right there. So as soon as you step into the car, you're greeted with the screen right here. It writes out Trofeo. You have the silhouette of the car right here as well. It looks really nice and clean. Now, this is the big thing that Maserati has really stepped their game up with the new Gran Turismo specifically, is the interior. The interior on this car looks phenomenal compared to the older generations. And I think that's been the main thing that people have complained about with the older and really all kind of Maserati models in general, especially the Ghibli, is just poor build quality. So with this one, they really stepped up their game. Obviously, with a price tag of a little over $200,000, you would expect that, but finally they have listened and they have done a good job, because the older Gran Turismo still suffered from a lack of quality build with the interior. They were very old, they were very dated, they didn't seem to care too much about them. Obviously, you know, some people do buy this car and they don't care about what the interior looks like or feels like, they just care about the motor, and that's it. But in this one, you do get a little bit of both worlds. You can get the best of both worlds. You have an extreme luxury and comfort feeling on the inside. It is also sporty, and you have that beautiful V6 motor with the twin turbo, which does sound really good in my opinion. As good as the older V8s, not, but you know what? It's today's generation, and at least it's not an EV. So general impressions when you first step in the car. Number one, it smells great, obviously, because it is all leather. The steering wheel feels really nice in here. It is a very thick steering wheel. We have the perforations right on here. All the buttons are black when you get in, so when you put the power on, these all illuminate with different things. We have the engine start and stop button right here in blue, and this is going to be your drive mode selector again, which isn't illuminated until I put power onto the car, which I'll show you in a second. So talking about this car and the packages it has, it does have the Trofeo package. So what the Trofeo package offers is aluminum pedals down there. We also have a Trident badge that is stitched in here, which is also part of another package that's about $700. And then on top of that, we have the illuminated door sills, which I will show you in a second, that just says Maserati with a little badge on there too. All right, so initial impressions on the driver's side door. It's really, really nice. We have piano black finish, we have leather, we have red leather stitching on here too, along with the sound system right here, which is all of this kind of aluminum metal feel right here. Another really awesome thing that they added is actually this is the door unlock now. So the door unlock is this tiny little button down here that you press and it opens up for you. And as you can see right here, when I open that up, it does put power on to the door right here. So you can see that everything is normally black when the car is off, and it all illuminates with the buttons when the power is on to the car. Coming over here to the center area now, we do have the new digital cluster. This is the 12.3-inch TFT instrumental cluster. And again, every time you come into the car, you have the Trofeo badge that greets you right there. Another main thing that they now have added is this brand new 12-inch, dual 12-inch screen right here with an 8.8-inch Maserati Intelligent Assistant program right here. So everything that you're gonna control in the car, and I know a lot of people don't like this, is gonna be in the screens. That's just one thing to now keep in mind. Down here as well, we have this little area which is all covered in carbon fiber. We have the wireless phone charger back here, and with this area, you just open it up, and this is where you have a chance to store items in. In the center here, we do have 2 cup holders again, and you are able to move this to make one larger cup holder, or if you want, put this little centerpiece back in for 2 smaller cup holders. We do have a leather stitched armrest right here, again with more of that red stitching running through there, and underneath here, your phone charging ports, and that is where you put your key fob actually. Let's go ahead though, let's put power onto the car and let's show you with what this car has to offer. So putting it on, you can see we have a little chime that comes in right here. And here is your brand new instrument cluster and your infotainment screen. All right, so now that we have power onto the car, you can see we have the brand new digital cluster right here. We have your RPM gauge on the left side, and we have your speedometer on the right side going up to 210 miles per hour. And we have this full brand new redesigned center. So we have your gas mileage right in the center actually with the large mile per hour up there. So going ahead and cycling through the different drive modes, as you can see, we have Comfort, GT, Sport mode, and Corsa mode. So it won't let you actually change the modes while the car is off. You do have to put the car on, and again, I'm inside, so I don't want to do that because I don't want to give everyone carbon monoxide poisoning. Anyway, on top of that, we do have on the drive mode selector, which is right down here. As you can see, everything is now illuminated. We do have a suspension adjustment button, so when we go ahead and click that, you will see right up there a little suspension button with S pops up for the sport mode suspension. It just stiffens everything up, and if you click that off, it goes into the standard comfort mode suspension. I really like the design of the new steering wheel. Again, it is a D-shaped steering wheel. We do have paddle shifters that are mounted onto the actual steering column back here, so they don't change with your steering wheel or move. I like how they stay put. So coming into the infotainment screen now, this is another big thing that's completely changed. We have everything that you control from the car through this screen. The volume adjustment is done with this click of the button. Again, when the car is off, none of this shows. We have a mute button right here. We're able to switch through media on here. This car does have Apple CarPlay, and it does have built-in Alexa. Also, you have your phone mode here, and you have your vehicle button right here. So when you go ahead and click on the vehicle tab, you can shut off your screen, you have the mirror dimmer, and you have your rear view camera. On top of that, we have, those are the controls. We have performance right here. So this will give you gauges on turbo, torque, and oil pressure. You have a bunch of other stuff in here too, including drag race. So this car does have drag race button. You can do launch control in it, and it will give you a estimate of your 0 to 60 times, 0 to 100, which is really cool. And it also actually has your braking distance. It will give you your current, your last, and your best lap, so you can compete against yourself whenever you want. I think that's a really cool feature. Let's go ahead, let's go over to My Car. So on the My Car page, it's kind of more of your basic maintenance that you're going to have to look after with your car. It'll tell you your current tire life, your oil level, everything is okay. It will tell you when your next service is due within, your tire pressure, your oil level, and your Drive Mode Explorer. So when you're clicking on Drive Mode Explorer, you can see that we have this brand new screen that's brought up for the new GranTurismo. We have Comfort Mode. As you can see, everything kind of changes into the back. You're on a normal street. We have GT mode. Everything changes right here. It tells you what it gives more of. And again, the background changes to the city. We have Sport mode. As you can see, it now makes it a little bit more aggressive. It puts your stiffness up. It sets your acceleration up and your responsiveness. And then Corsa mode. Full racetrack mode. It gives maximum responsiveness, maximum stiffness, and maximum acceleration. Really cool little feature that they added now on the new GranTurismo. Again, this has not been on the GranTurismos for, well, forever. So it's nice to have Maserati really stepping up their game in terms of adding a more technologically advanced sports car, especially for the price tag that you're putting down for this car. So just underneath this screen is the climate control screen. Again, now everything is controlled under here. The one good thing, even though this is all done through a screen, is that these two are separate. So you don't have to go through this whole screen just to get to the climate control vent. You can go right here. It's always going to be open, and you can get whatever you may need on here. So down here, you can control everything from your heated seats to how much speed comes out, your heated steering wheel, your temperature, and everything like that. It is obviously a dual zone climate control system. Also on here is your ride height that you can change and switch up from here. You have parking sensors, and believe it or not, there's no button for your glove box right here, and there's no latch for it. You do have to click the physical glove box button right here, and that automatically opens up for you. So another kind of like a little feature that they added. Is it really useful or needed? No, but it's cool. And also on these two screens are where your gear selectors are. So up here we have park, reverse, neutral, and then your drive/manual mode where you can engage your paddle shifters and whatnot. And just above both those screens, as you could see, they added a new clock design, which is actually a screen, and it's a really cool little feature that they added. So as you could see, it is a very simple clock. It tells you the simple time, and it has this little dial going around to kind of tell you the seconds as it goes around. It has a screen protector on it right now, which we will leave on there. And just around that are the new air conditioning vents, which are very nice. They feel pretty sturdy, not too cheap or anything like that. And in order to close them, you have these little dials right here that you can rotate to shut them off or on. Now coming over to the passenger side, the passenger is greeted with the Italian flag and pushed into the wood grain finish right here. Believe it or not, this is almost a wood replica finish right through here with the Italian flag put on there. Again, a cool little feature that they added onto here. And then on the right side, they let you know what car you're in. We have the GranTurismo badge right over there. So moving on to the seats in the car, the front seats are extremely comfortable. They're bolstered. They are full leather. Again, we have the Maserati Trident badge up here, stitched in red, which is an extra cost. Also have standard black seat belts. And on the rear seats, we have the same exact seats as the front. The rear seat room is pretty much non-existent. I'm not even going to attempt to sit back there because I know I won't fit, being 6'1". And back here too are two rear chargers for the rear passengers if you have any, and two separate cup holders. On here too is a leather wrap that you simply pull right here, and it exposes the cubby area to the trunk, so that's how you can get through. It is not a simple fold down. This whole piece just pops right off, and that's it. That is also wrapped in leather. So let's go ahead, guys, let's get outside of the car and let's wrap up this video. All right, guys, and on that note, that's going to wrap up today's video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you know when I post next, and I look forward to seeing all of you guys in the next one. Take care.